your host for this tonight. Guy's super funny. He's a very good friend of mine. Make it very loud for Mr. Melvin McKinney. Clap it up for him.
What is poppin', Blarney Stone? Y'all make some more noise up in here, man. Welcome, 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 welcome. Right on. Already, right? DEI. How many of these have you seen today? Look, the fact that y'all laugh, not many. Dude. So, anybody else kind of going through shit? Is anybody else going through things? Has life been strange? Life's been strange. Life's getting strange, and it only gets stranger as you get older. I swore up and down when old people back in the day would say, "Oh, just keep living. It gets wilder." I was like, "There's no way." In my teenage years, dealing with like a pregnancy scare, I was like, "There's no way it gets worse than that." You feel me? And then recently, I got reacquainted with my old arch nemesis, teeth pain. Yeah, teeth pain. And the gag is, if it was me being stupid, okay, I did it to myself. I got teeth pain trying to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? I was going in to get a fucking cleaning, like they say you're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Without them having to harass me for like a year and a half before I'm like, oh my God, I need to go see my dentist. You feel what I'm saying? And obviously, you know, at this age, I'm 31 years old, I've had tooth pain before. Never my fault. I mean, before, like, never not my fault, but, you know what I'm saying? But now it's not my fault. I don't know how to feel about it. And one day it got so bad because I feel like I bit directly down onto where the nerve kind of ends. You feel what I'm saying? Like one of those pains where I kind of like, you know, me to me. You know, I'm a 31-year-old big-ass black dude. I can't whimper out loud. Let the racists near me know I'm weak. And like that's a legit fear for me to have, I feel. Because like obviously when you're fighting somebody at this size, the first thing somebody's gonna do is either like take out your legs, good luck with these tree trunks. You know what I'm saying? He liked what he saw. Careful, I might still get nigga. But pause. That one was for me. But like, good luck. But obviously, the only other thing, and people hit it, men, you want to hit him in his mouth. You're taught to hit him in his mouth as hard as you can, as quickly as you can, stun him, knock him down. Bro, if a motherfucker would have hit me in the mouth when I had that type of tooth pain, I was going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you go to jail if he hit you in the mouth? Because that motherfucker's gotta die, bitch. How dare you take advantage of my vulnerability, you weak pussy? The fuck is wrong with you? You know? Oh, dude, some more shit. So recently, and like, believe it or not, I've had my first run-in with the police recently. Believe it or not. Damn, I appreciate that y'all are like, damn, really? Okay, your first run-in. And like thankfully, obviously, you know, great things happen. I'm still here. Not great things. I got pepper sprayed. That was interesting. And it's different than being pepper sprayed. But before this, I was in the military some years ago. I was in the Navy, and they have this thing in the Navy called OC spray. And if you've ever been OC, they look the crowd. Horrible. Trauma. You feel me? OC ain't no bitch. So like me getting pepper sprayed, the fact that I was good 30 minutes later, I was like, oh no, I was breathless. I was really smooth 30 minutes later. I was able to go home, I was cracking jokes the whole nine. Like the worst thing about it was like, I'm kind of trying to work on my body. You feel me? So like I am a little self-conscious here and there about how I look. And this is like a few weeks ago where I was a little more chubby, a little less into my regimen. So I was more mad that downtown San Diego got to see my summer body while it was still a winter body than I was about me being pepper sprayed. And like honestly, the pepper spray thing, I got over it, you know, pretty quick. I got pepper sprayed doing the right thing. I wasn't doing bad shit. SBPD that was going a little too far with one of my friends, you know, a guy about my size, they were gonna throw him on the ground. I couldn't let that happen, right? You know, gotta protect my friends. Solidarity amongst African Americans, despite what they show you on the news if you watch Fox. But I think all in all, I had a good experience getting pepper sprayed, if that makes sense. Because the next day, all I was obsessing with was like how tight and like young my face looked. I don't know if y'all know about Zoolander, but I was in the bathroom with my. You know what I'm saying? Blue's stealing it up. Look, I'm glad. Look, is everybody pretty comfortable? Y'all chilling? What's up, bro? What's up? Huh? Not enough blacks. Right on. So look, everybody pretty chilling. Y'all chilling? Everybody's cool? Get a little too comfortable. Y'all cool? Let me ask the ladies in the room something. You know, why is it that? Yeah, look, don't close up now. She winced. She's scared. Don't be scared. Right on. Why is it that y'all women folk? Why is it that you women? Cause like I don't want to get fucking canceled. I'm just getting started. Who the fuck gets canceled with less than 2,000 followers on Instagram? Like what the fuck? I ain't even got 1,000 followers on TikTok and I got canceled. What? Hell no. But no. So like, why is it that y'all are so down with like hearing the truth during sex, but no other time? Like women would much rather you lie to them in any other situation or give them some type of variation of the truth in any other situation, you know what I'm saying, that's uncomfortable other than sex. You know what I'm saying? For instance, you know, a woman, a thing that most guys have gotten caught up in, you know, women have learned to stop asking, does this make me look fat? They've learned. They've evolved. Because we evolved. Women have now begun to ask, how do I look in this?
This shit ass, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Look, she's a setup punch. Look, she's guilty too. You know what I'm saying? And like, obviously, like that's you know, there's only one right way to answer that shit, right? There's only one way, you know, to not answer it at all. We gotta talk. I need that. But in contrast, like during intercourse and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying, where women want to hear the truth, is like, oh my God, is it wet? Yes, babe. Yes, it is. Is it good? Yes, babe. Yes, it is. And you know, I've always thought that was really interesting. You know, like women want you to like talk about sex and all this and that and the third, like you're eating a sandwich for whatever reason. It's like, ooh, this is so fucking moist. This is so delicious. This white creamy stuff, you making this? Y'all are fucking savage. Oh man, speaking of sandwiches, like I said earlier, I'm working on summer bottom, trying to get I'm a little more lean, you know what I'm saying, just a little more lean. But I have moments where my subconscious mind and my present forward mind kind of conflict. Because the other day I had a sexual fantasy about a grilled cheese sandwich. What the fuck is y'all laughing about? I'm telling y'all, I'm being vulnerable. Y'all gonna laugh at me about having to, you know what I'm saying? It was right on. I fucks with that. And you rockin' hormones, I fucks with that. But no, and it's not like I was like giving the sandwich to your old, you know, the damn Mbaku or nothing like that. You can't call it a mandingo anymore. That's derogatory. You gotta call it has to have a proper name. But you know, I wasn't giving the sandwich to your Mbaku or nothing like that. But I knew gears had kind of shifted when I stopped like prime. I'm talking prime premium fellatio. Like if I was a teenager, I would have made a mess of my shorts. You know what I'm saying? You know, when the sandwich got involved, and like bitch, is this gourmet cheese? And like the reason I know it was still a sexual fantasy instead of like a full fat nigga food fantasy at this point It's because then I pulled the 2 slices of bread apart like the lady in Majora. This is a room full. I want you guys to know something. This is a room full of professional pussy eaters. Any other time I say lady in Majora, dudes are like, is he talking about the fucking stars? I know about Ursa Major and Ursa. What the fuck is lady in Majora? Menorah? Some more shit that I'm gonna get up out of here. I've recently made the courageous decision to go unbald. You know what I'm saying? I spent like a smooth 2 years bald. It was lit. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was lit as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It was the easiest shit that I ever had to do. It was the cheapest decision I've ever made in my entire fucking life. You know? And like at first I was kind of nervous about becoming like growing my hair back in, not because, you know, it's gonna look bad when it grows. I have to shave it to be bald. I know what the fuck it grows like. You know what I'm saying? So I knew it was gonna grow back in proper. But the thing about being bald is once you're bald, you're joining a cult. And I didn't know that until after I was bald. These niggas sent Lex Luthor to come get me. It was, you know, and like I had to express to them. I literally had to express to them today that I was growing my hair back, and I deadass got excommunicado, like the mob. It was the craziest shit on the planet. Look, man, we're gonna keep the ball rolling. You guys excited? You having fun? You having a good time in here? We're gonna keep the ball rolling, man. I'm your host for the evening. My name is Melvin McKinney. I'm gonna bring up your next act. Your next act is a really, really good friend of mine. She's fucking hilarious. We've toured. You see her everywhere. You look her up on social media. Y'all make it really, really loud for Ashley Amber!